Hi everybody, welcome to the reviews. Today we're looking at the Krydex Elastic Triple Magazine pouch. This one's in Ranger Green, and I'm just going to just mention the elephant in the room. Yes, it is a very similar design, if not outright copy of the Blue Force gear, but that's neither here nor there. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about this pouch. I'm going to show you what it can hold, and I'm going to go over the build quality, and I will actually kind of compare it to a BFG 10-speed, just to give you an idea of what I see different, if there's any differences, or what I see the same. So I got this guy specifically to review and just kind of see for myself, because I was super curious how they felt and what the quality was like, because I can remember old TMC pouches from around 2010, 2011 that I saw in Japan that I picked up before I got my hands on a real Blue Force gear, and how bad they were. So let's take a look. So first things first, you get your Krydex tags that come tucked in the little middle cell, and tactical gear experts, as they say, and a little QR code, I guess, that you could use to get more information. And they give you this little how-to MOLLE stuff. Not very useful. I guess if you've never mollied anything, maybe this could kind of come in handy. But I'm pretty confident if you're buying one of these, you probably at least have touched MOLLE at least one point in your life. Anyway, the pouch itself. This is the Krydex gear, Ranger Green, triple magazine pouch, elastic style. And, well, real similar to a BFG, I won't lie to you. Just for comparison, we've got a real BFG right here. This is a pretty old, beat up one, but in multicam, and it's hooked up to the front of this placard. And this thing has taken a lot of abuse, and you can see it still has a lot of life left in it. Biggest difference right away is the Blue Force gear is, I believe this is called Squadron laminate. The whole back is made of this laminate material, and then they've used their Helium Whisper laminate, little MOLLE strapping, and it velcros into itself, which is kind of nice. The Krydex right away is different in the fact that the back is your standard MOLLE, and it just uses this 1-inch strip to adhere to whatever it wants to hook to. And then something different on my Blue Force gear. Remember, this is a slightly earlier one right here, but the Krydex has this Velcro in here. I don't know if you can really see it. There you go, that loop. And I'm not sure why they put that there, but the Blue Force, or at least mine, doesn't have that. The elastic actually feels pretty good comparatively. It feels about the same, maybe a little thicker. That kind of surprised me. The old TMCs had really, really bad elastic, and it would just stretch way out. It would become unserviceable within like maybe a couple airsoft games. This feels like it would hold up pretty good. Stitching is actually pretty good, surprisingly. I've reviewed a few Krydex pieces already because these guys seem to be pumping out a lot of stuff, and a lot of people seem to be really curious about it. So I just was like, well, why not? Let's give Krydex stuff a whirl to see, what it's all about. Overall, this is basically like a BFG pouch without all the bells and whistles and all the fancy lightweight stuff like the Helium Whisper and the Squadron laminate on the back. Let's see what it'll hold. So I've got a couple different AR magazines. So I've got a Tokyo Marui in GRS PMag here. Let's see if we can get that in there. Okay, fits pretty well. I have a old EMag from PTS, a little smaller than your standard regular mags. It goes in pretty good. I've also got a G&G GI style metal magazine. I'll get that in there too. Oh, sorry for the shaking of the camera, guys. Oh, that goes in much better than the other three. So far, GI Mag goes in the best. Next would be the EMAG, and then last is the PMAG, a little bigger. And then we do have an AK magazine here, so I've been able to shove AK magazines into my Blue Force pouch pretty well over time. They'll fit in there with some real like work. Kind of stretches them out a little bit. Let's see if we can get the same thing going here with this guy. Already it doesn't like it. All right, it doesn't like it. So we're gonna say, without a lot of effort and work, AK mags probably are a no-go in this thing. Unlike the BFG, seem to be have a little more give to it. But again, my BFG is also really worn in and well used. So just another comparison, just like I've mentioned, I don't know if this Krydex here is going to have the same kind of longevity as this Blue Force gear, because you can tell this guy's been beat to shit and used a lot. I've been using it forever and a day. There's some piling and some issues, some poking of the elastic, but it still retains really well. The Krydex, yeah, see, it started to do the same thing when I put the AK mag in there. Little issues with piling and poking and prodding with the elastic. But I will say the retention's good. It seems to be holding pretty well, and it's just more retentive than, that's the word, retentive, than I expected it to be, and it's much better than the older repros I had seen out there. So for the price so far, I think it's definitely, worth looking into. If you're on a budget and you really can't afford something like Blue Force gear, and you want something similar to give you the same kind of feel, but you just really can't afford it, I would maybe go with the Krydex. One of the other things I'll note about the Krydex comparatively is they went with 2 strips here of PALS to secure it, whereas Blue Force has 4. And I think that's actually going to come into play here as far as that better retention, because these outer points are going to start to flex on you because your retention is only here and here for the actual mounting to the vest. And I just have a feeling these are going to kind of be like little wings, and they're going to kind of pop around and flop around a little bit. But I'll know better once I mount it. I hope you guys got something out of this video. Thanks for watching. As always, if you have any more questions or concerns, or think I didn't hit on something, please let me know in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer it. Overall, quality's not bad. I would say Krydex might be worth looking into if you're definitely on a budget. If you have the money to spend, absolutely just go with the original. Get the Blue Force. You won't be sorry. But if you just don't have that kind of money, you're a young kid on a budget, for airsoft, or even an adult on a budget for shooting and airsoft, give the Krydex a look. If anything, get it to give you an idea whether you like this style of pouch. And if you really do like this style of pouch and you think it's pretty rad, then I would recommend eventually upgrading to a real Blue Force gear. You won't be sad by any means. Anyway, like I said, thanks for watching. That's all I got. Until next time, get out there, play some airsoft. I'll see you in the next one.